Hello, welcome to a Luxor CRM session on how to add users to Luxor CRM. The first prerequisite that you will require to add users to Luxor CRM is you must have the administrator rights, and you know that by logging into Luxor. If you have settings, admin, help, and logout, if you have the admin menu item here, then you have administrator functionality and capabilities. So go ahead and click on admin. And we are looking for user management in order to add new users or manage existing users. We'll click on user management, and we see here on the left-hand side of the screen we have two existing users in our Luxor CRM database. I'm going to click on Tim Johnson, which is the first user on our list here. If I want to add a user that is at the same level as Tim Johnson, for example, if Tim is a manager within an organization, and I want to add a manager at the same level as Tim, I would click here, which is Add User at the Same Level. If I want to add a user that is a subordinate to Tim Johnson, for example, Tim Johnson is a manager and the new user is going to report to Tim Johnson, then we would use the Add User Below Selected. So I'm going to go ahead and add a user below Tim Johnson by clicking on this icon here. So it brings up a blank screen or a new user screen. And I'm going to add in a new user, and I'm going to name my user Bill Peters. I'm going to give him a username of Peters B, and I'm going to assign a password of QWERTY123 to Bill. I'm going to add an email address for him, bp@luxorcrm.com. I'm going to go to security groups and assign Bill as a user within Luxor. I'm going to assign the two available tracking groups for opportunities or jobs called new business and existing customers so that Bill can manage his job opportunities. And the most crucial step is to add Bill, to add a web client license to Bill to allow Bill to log into the system. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. You'll see it says employee added successfully. Click OK. If we look on the left-hand side of the screen, I see now that Bill Peters has been added underneath Tim Johnson within the hierarchy. One other item I'd like to talk about is permissions. Permissions are settings that allow a user within Luxor to either view certain information or perform certain functions. In this case, I've set Bill by default to be able to view all personal items of his, so all personal records within Luxor, update only his personal items, delete his personal records, assign his personal records to another user within Luxor, and to add records for himself. If I did not want Bill to have the ability to delete any of his records, I would set his permissions to delete none, and I would go ahead and save those permissions. And now Bill still has the capability to view his records, update his records, assign them to another person, add records, but he does not have the capability to delete. If I wanted Bill to have the ability to view everybody else's records within Luxor, but only update and assign and add his own records, I would set his permissions to view all, update personal, delete none, assign personal, and add personal only. I'll go ahead and save that, and now Bill's settings are set the way that we would like them. We also have advanced settings within Luxor, which on a module by module and a function by function basis, we can set permissions at a more advanced level. In this case, we're going to remain at the simple level, and we're going to reset Bill to be able to view personal, update personal, delete none, assign personal records, and add personal records to Luxor. I'm going to go ahead and save, and that concludes our lesson on how to add a user within Luxor CRM.